Welcome to Artemis Talks Facials. This short video series is a video series with our experts from Artemis talking about how Artemis products can pair with some of the most popular treatments and devices in the market today. So we have Victoria joining us along with Tracy, who are both the expert of experts at Artemis. And they're going to be walking us through the most popular devices and treatments again today and how they pair with today Endospheres. So without further ado, let's get started. Victoria, over to you.
Well, thank you, Austin. So we just have chatted through some of the ways that we love to pair our devices. Tracy has a business. I had one in the past. And Hydrofacial has absolutely exploded. I believe it's like every 20 seconds, somebody's receiving a treatment. The two devices paired together could really cover an entire European facial without any manual extractions, any damage to your hands as you're doing the manual massage. It can completely take that place by using Endospheres. Tracy, you've received an Endospheres facial, right? As well as a Hydrofacial?
Yes, I've had both the Endospheres and Hydrofacial in the same day, and is amazing.
I bet your skin was just glowing because you're getting all the lymphatic drainage, you're getting the increased circulation, the exfoliation. It's really like a great maintenance, like once a month at minimum treatment.
Yes, and my skin was so much clearer. The pores were much smaller, and everything was lifted, brighter, tighter. It was amazing.
With no downtime too. It's awesome.
Yes, with absolutely no downtime.
Yay. All right, cool. Well, for the next slide, let's see what other combinations we envision together. So endospheres and microneedling. Those sound like two polar opposites, but when they're used in the right order, I think they can really complement each other. Endospheres, of course, increase circulation. Like it's almost like a vascular gymnastics effect. So you're getting the entire area is just pumped full of nutrients. And then if you're microneedling right on top of that, you're basically signaling to your body to send as many wound healing elastin, collagen to that area that is already plumped and ready. And it's almost like would you say like a magnifier for any treatment you do afterwards, or how would you describe those two together?
Yeah, I agree with the word magnifier. It just, the two complement each other so well that by doing them together, the results are just like on supercharged.
Supercharged. I love that word. Yes, definitely. All right. And another one that's really popular now too is radio frequency. Sometimes we see that in like ultherapy, or HIFU is a popular one. So if we were to pair those together, again, Endospheres being a great preparation, but also for any of the toning that we're looking for with radio frequency, we can absolutely jumpstart that with the toning that you achieve with Endospheres. So again, a supercharged radio frequency treatment that you are also really relaxing the client and getting them much more kind of comfortable prior to a treatment. That sometimes with radio frequency, we do have a little bit of pain or zappy, zingy type sensation. So if we can relax those muscles and really get the client as comfortable as possible before doing a little bit more of an invasive treatment, I think those two can really, really complement each other there.
Yes, I haven't had any experience with the radio frequency, but have talked to several partners out there that pair the two together, and they've seen some amazing results.
Oh, I bet, especially radio frequency microneedling, like the Morpheus, those that in combination with Endospheres, like quarterly, I could imagine some people could avoid having to do any neuromodulators, or like really do a no downtime option for like a facelift.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Right. And then this was one you brought up too, is acupuncture facials. I've been dying to get one for years. I have friends who are acupuncturists who A, look so beyond young for their age, but B, like say that it's the fountain of youth. What are your thoughts on how those two pair together?
Again, this is one I do not personally have any experience with, but I had been reading up on it. And the acupuncture facial just seems to be something that paired with Endosphere again is going to give you some over the top results and keep you away from having to do something later, like you had mentioned, a facelift.
Like a facelift, totally. I think too, there are always going to be that segment of our clientele who really don't want to do any sort of filler neuromodulator. They don't believe it. They're kind of on the like more granola side. They want to have things as non-invasive as possible. And this could be an amazing combination that still involves our modern technology with like tried and true uh, acupuncture kind of treatments that really act synergistically. It's kind of east meets west, as well as like a modern technology meets kind of classic alternative medicine.
Yeah, I love that comparison. I love that.
I have a note to myself to sign up for one of those. I've been dying to get one. So Endospheres and IPL, IPL being one that addresses not only brown hyperpigmentation, but also red. Going back to that vascular gymnastics, prepping the skin for something that is more invasive, I think could definitely help with any of our clients too, who start to notice signs of aging on other places on their body. I know for myself, I'm always thinking of the tops of my hands when I'm driving, but also like our chest, our neck, our décolleté, our even the tops of our thighs. There's a lot of people who will ride in convertibles and get a lot of sun damage on the tops of their thighs. So as they're getting an Endospheres treatment and addressing things like cellulite, they also may start to notice, you know, hyperpigmentation, hypopigmentation in some cases. So IPL, I think, could pair beautifully in those areas as we're starting to like address one issue. It's like another issue arises. So to be able to treat those simultaneously could have some really beautiful results there.
Yes, I agree on that. And as you were listing off the things that you noticed, the top of my thighs and around my knee is a place that I've noticed and have been working on with Endospheres. So I would be very curious to see what would happen if I had the IPL treatment with that.
Yes, gosh, that area of the skin on the knees and elbows or like underarms, that is so hard to treat without any like invasive surgery or major downtime. Endospheres can definitely address those. And why not, while you're at it, take care of any hyperpigmentation? It just seems like a perfect match.
Absolutely.
Cool. And the CO2 laser is, of course, on our, it's like one step before you decide to do a facelift. So the downtime is significant. We are really, you know, doing something that a person is, they're prepped and ready for a pretty major downtime. So usually 2 weeks plus of hiding in their house. Of course, everybody's reaction to CO2 laser is slightly different depending on the depth, their Fitzpatrick, all of that. But in general, let's say 2 weeks, they are having this major downtime. In that interim period, we can still be prepping their skin, but also addressing, let's say they're needing some sort of lymphatic drainage. They're needing some sort of something to help stimulate the rest of their body to be functioning optimally while they're going through this recovery process, so that when they come out of this kind of hiding, it's like the ultimate reveal. They're really able to step out feeling like they're their best versions of themselves. CO2 lasers, I know, can be super duper aggressive. would you say that you've had clients in the past that, have considered a more invasive version and we're thinking about how,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, and we have had, and when speaking to their doctor that was going to do the procedure, anything that they could do to get that lymphatic system working better in their body was going to be a plus, and that's what Endosphere is going to do, whether that's on the face or the body. It's going to get the lymphatic system drained, which is going to make whatever else they're doing better.
Right. Right. Because all cylinders are firing, everything's functioning optimally. There's
Yes.
that much more of their body that is able to dedicate its energy to healing and processing kind of this controlled damage we did.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I think another one we've talked about that is very similar to hydrofacial in some respects, completely different in other ways. But microdermabrasion being kind of our classic manual exfoliation. Again, you can really perform quite a few of your extractions and exfoliation. So also basically a European facial with all devices and a lot less strain and damage to your body and your hands. As we know, that's probably the biggest career killer, unfortunately, for us as providers, is some sort of injury. So any way that we can use a device to be able to alleviate our hands is going to make such a difference. And for our client too, I call this more of like a prep and polish, because you're prepping the skin, increasing that microcirculation, but also polishing in a very non-invasive, really maintenance oriented kind of direction. So our 20 somethings or 30 somethings are going to do fantastic with that combination.
Yes, and I've seen this combination together and the results are outstanding. The skin is glowing and just beautiful.
So cool. Okay. You were bringing up too recently that you saw quite a few oxygen facial promotions, and I have not received one of these. Have you ever received one, Tracy?
I have not, but I've been to a lot of events and they are in the booths and a lot of people are trying them out. And
Yeah.
I can only imagine bringing more oxygen to the skin, what that's going to do. And then when you pair that with the Endospheres, again, they're just going to complement each other and make each result from each treatment even better.
Definitely. That oxygen facial too, it sounds like the results are fantastic for about a week's time too. So somewhat similar for the Endospheres facial. So that preparing for a big event like a wedding or some sort of event where we know we're going to be photographed. We know that the spotlight might be on something that we want to treasure and look at throughout the years. Definitely preparation in a non-invasive way. This would be that perfect combo for that.
Yes, I agree. It would be perfect for a special event.
Mm-hmm. I think our last one coming up here is our Clear and Brilliant. So Clear and Brilliant, I think of as almost like a baby Fraxel, like our Gen Zs and millennials are probably familiar with, they're getting out of just the microdermabrasion, hydrofacial maintenance, and maybe starting to see textural issues, fine lines and wrinkles, some minor hyperpigmentation. So they may have been recommended something like a Clear and Brilliant treatment. And so the Endospheres again can prep and really magnify that result, or it can even be used post Clear and Brilliant. The device creates like little mini tiny scabs, not quite as much as I would say like a plasma pen, those carbon dots. But the little mini scabs, I used to love doing like a microdermabrasion over as they're in that like just final little peeling phase where there's just a couple still holding on, I would do a microdermabrasion, or in this case, I would love to do an endospheres treatment, because you're really just kind of flushing that area with some brand new nutrients right after it's been exfoliated. And I think that could, especially for my sluggish skin, that sounds like it would be the breath of fresh air it needs, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And I think everybody's skin can use that boost and that, like you said, breath of fresh air just to brighten and refresh. Definitely. And these two together would definitely do that.
I know. I'm getting jealous just reading through some of these. We need to schedule ourselves here.
Yes, we do. Well, yes, we do.
I'm so glad we could chat about some of these. If you have any other ones that you want to recommend, we should put together another one of these for endospheres as they come up.
Okay, great. It was great talking with you about this. I learned a lot, as well as just being able to share my experience of what I've seen with the endospheres and what it can do paired with other types of treatments. So it was a great time.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Austin.
Okay.